A lot of times I'll actually put it on the table, put it down on both ends to make sure it's fine. Not too bad.
I was doing straight neck.
All right, I just want to clean that inside up just a tad. All right, so let's hold it up to our piece and see how we did here. It's a little long. So you can go ahead and adjust that bend out a little bit. Hold it up now. Much better. So now with this top being hot, I'm going to go ahead and pull it off. This is going to be the top, so it's going to be a very tight dimension up there. It's only about 10 millimeters.
From where to where?
The gap in between the tubings.
You make many of these at P&G?
No, not at all. I haven't made one of these in years.
What is the common apparatus in the P&G where they use a lot of?
I've been making a lot of teeth actually. Glass teeth for different displays.
Say it again. Teeth?
That's right, teeth. I've also been learning the art of box making, which is pretty interesting.
Pyrex box or quartz?
Pyrex box built in the kiln. Not very fun. It's pretty hot, but they turn out pretty sweet looking. All right. Got kind of a high spot on there, so I'm going to pull that off. I want this to be as flat as possible, so when I pop my hole, it's going to line up nice. I don't want it to be a high spot because that means I'll be doing a lot of patching.
You have patch rod available?
I got it. Yep. All right. So let's see. Looks pretty good. So go ahead and flame anneal this out. So now we got that side arm. Now we want to cut it to length. So we got, just hold it up to your piece and you can mark it with your marker and score and pop it.
Any kind of marker you like? Use a Chinese Sharpie?
Sharpie, yeah, definitely Sharpie. Because I don't want it to With the China markers, that kind of burns into the glass, I feel like.
Run out some softball questions.
No, yeah, it's good. Keep them going.
A little harder
A
next
little
time.
harder.
Yeah. Don't do many favors by going soft.
That's the girl I know. Yeah. Just gonna cool this down real fast. Hold it. Oh, well.
What kind of torch you usually use?
My torch of preference is Arnold 40 mil. I just love it because it has the air in there, and you can get a lot more like different flame characteristics that you can't get with a GTT. I mean, you can if you have that air option, but the air option on the Arnold is standard. So, all right, so we're gonna score this. All right, so now we can hold it back up and kind of see what we're looking at here. So what I'm looking for right here is I'm looking at my gap to make sure like these are parallel to each other. I don't want it like way up here and I don't want it way down here. So this looks pretty good.
You usually wipe your score mark off.
Yep, yeah, I'll go ahead and clean that off now and kind of give it a little bit of a flare.
If it wasn't good, would you close that hole back up and remove it?
Yeah, so you're saying like if I didn't score that right, if it was too long, yeah. I mean, ideally you want it longer than shorter because it'll be hard to add glass to that. Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, so like if it was too long, I would totally close that up and blow it out and take the excess off.
It's just a little bit. You can just wipe a little bit off too. Depends how much you got to take off.
Yeah, sure.
You're using medium wall, not standard wall.
This is medium wall.
Yeah.
It's stronger that way.
Yeah.
Broken vapor arms and broken siphon tubes are common repairs on Soxhlet extractors.
Especially when they use standard wall.
Yeah, that's why I'm using medium so it doesn't break as easily. And it's a little easier to work. Let's see what we got. All right, we're good. So I'm just redrawing my dot there. That looks good. So on this too, I chose to put my graphite paper down farther on my joint, and that's going to help protect my grind when I'm working that close to the joint.
Do you have anything wrong with that blind seal? You take any special precautions on that?
Just a little bit. It was just kind of warming it in a little bit. And it's pretty far away too. Like I don't really have to worry about it. If it was like down closer to it, like 5-10 mil, I'd have to keep that pretty warm constantly. So I would go about it a little bit differently too.
If anybody else has questions, feel free to shout them out.
Shout them out, come on.
That's a big part of this is ask questions, do stuff. Again, I'm trying to solve a lot of stuff that you might have in mind. Feel free.
I'm going to give this a very light warming And I don't want to warm it in too much where I lose my dot, because then I lose my mark. So I'm going to go in on this pretty fast and worry about working that stress out later. Sorry. So now I got a lot of stress in there because I went in on that pretty fast. So I'm going to work some of that out.
Sound like a Carlisle inspired exercise. I like my Carlisle.
Controversial.
I know. I surround myself
I think being intangible is the best way. For someone.
So now I'll just kind of melt that back a little bit, give it some nice lips to seal to. A little bit off there. Okay. All right, so I gotta take a little bit of this off to make this even here. There we go. All right, not bad. Definitely need to flare it open a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and cork it. And so I'm going to go ahead and stick this, get it into position, and I'm going to work it a little bit, and then I'm going to flame anneal it out. And then I'm going to go and attack this bottom seal. And with this, it's worked in enough, but it's not going to be pretty. And then I can come back in on it after. And then that way everything's all braced up. Stick pole, bro. Ooh, that was not a good stick.
You prefer patch route or to pick them together?
I prefer to pick, but you got to be careful picking because you can catch the metal in there. All right, so that's lining up pretty good. Like I was saying, I'll try to go in here and work this and blow into it to try to get some air pressure. I think I have a hole in there too. And right now it's not making it look good, but it's melting it in. So that's a good thing.
Is there a spot you like to start with the hand torch? Personal preference, you like to start on the saddle, you like to start with the acute angle?
I like to start on the inside, I guess, if I had to pick. Got a little hole in there.
You like basically have air pressure because those holes are close.
I don't know what you're asking. Sorry.
On that seal, do you have enough air pressure?
I have a little
Before you-
bit. Like I can blow my lungs out and try to like.
Just don't get
Smooth
dizzy.
it out.
Just don't get dizzy. Yeah?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go back and rework it, but I want to try to get it melted in so it's not.
So it's
so-
happy.
yeah, it's happy. It's not unstable, and like when I go back in on it, it's gonna want to crack on me. So it doesn't matter if it looks ugly, so I'll go back and clean it up and make it look good. Oop. Yeah, I was waiting too long. So I'm not going to touch that crack all the way, but for demo sake. All right, so I caught that. It's not the best, but I'll go ahead and flame anneal it out, and then I'll go down and rework this bottom seal here. All right, so now I go back down to my other seal. So I'll go ahead and try to pick as much of this as I can.
Hey, Daryl, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
We had a question is what issue does using metal to pick up the seal cause?
It can cause the metal to stick into your seal, and then you'll have a hole, a vacuum hole, especially if it's going to be under pressure or vacuum, sorry.
Yeah, if you're making vacuum apparatus, never use the pick, always fill it in, just to be safe. If you're doing vacuum apparatus, don't use a pick, tungsten pick. Yeah, always use a fill rod.
How will the metal be melted into the glass? The seal for vacuum application.
It,
Kind of like a wormhole.
yeah, it's like a very small molecular pathway.
All right, so I have that all taped in. Now I'll go ahead and work it. So the good thing with this is now this is in place, so you can work this seal as hard as you want, and it's not going to flop around on you.
Great job.
Are you kidding?
Yes, hi. Is that you, Carl? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's good to see you.
Parts are really pretty. Well, second.
Hey, Daryl, I have a quick question.
All right, what's the question?
Why do it this way instead of the beater seal?
What seal?
What's
The-
the beater seal is extremely hard to do, first of all, and make it look good. It's a beater seal. It's basically a blind seal that you blow so thin that it pops itself. Oh. People call it the Jesus seal.
Also, I would say
Oh. A little hole.
What's the American term for the half beater seal?
The half
Here
beater.
you blow the one tube through the surface of the other one, but
Suck seal?
suck seal. Also, very big pain.
Yeah, this is such a huge tip. No, it's okay. Now I'm just going in there and cleaning up all my seals now. All right, so that's all sealed in nice. Now I could go back and rework my bends if I needed to. I'm just gonna go ahead and flame anneal it out. Yeah, then I'm gonna attempt to go back in on my other steel. I don't know, there's still a crack in there, so we'll see what happens. What was that? It's on the very edge. So we're gonna see. So usually I go in a little bit faster, but I'm gonna start pretty far back. See what we can do with this. Really? Why would I do that? Oh, dude, I don't remember. Got the refresher. Got a little hole in there. Just dab a little bit of clear in there. That's pretty good. I'm gonna try to catch this crack too on there. It's like right on the edge of that joint. Like probably the worst spot for it. I got the crack. It's not pretty, but on it. Oh, this flaming the on out real good. What kind of helped me there was that graphite lappy in there, so it didn't burn that joint off. That's it.
I mean, you don't have to.
B plus.
You got a B
Yeah.
plus.
9 out of 10. Never 10.
Never ever.
Only once.
Only
Oh, sorry. You want to, okay. You want to announce the next step? This guy here. Okay.
Okay, so next up,
That's it up.
next demonstration is going to be Russell Wilson at the Boston Distillery. He's going to be doing a demonstration on bulbs for an alum condenser on a graphite tooling block.
In the lathe,
In the
in the
lathe.
bar room over there.
So
So we'll head over there.